Hey guys, it is currently 6:41 in the morning on October 13th, and things are going relatively well this morning. I've mostly been sticking to writing for 6 minutes, loading up a new book, and while the document is loading, I take a 6-minute break, and then I write for 6 minutes in that book, and then switch books again. I've made it through every single one of my books this morning, which is great, considering that I also passed out and took a nap earlier at like 3, I think. But I'll start with editing, because I think that's what I started with this morning. I've edited 2 chapters of the kidnapping of someone, Eve Lincoln? Good guess. This morning, and that has been 2,643 words. And then Killer in Training Book 2, I've worked on that twice so far. That has been 390 words. And then everything else I've only worked on once so far. Beatings from a Butcher, 256. Voice of the Wild Places Z, 300 words. I think I showed you yesterday, but I archived FTZ. It's just going to need a rewrite. Because I was just biding my time until a different book was caught up to where that one was, so that way I could fix the timeline of FTZ, and it's just going to be so much easier if I finish the other book first and then rewrite FTZ to fit the timeline of the other book. So that's what I did. But 300 words on Voice of the Wild Places Z, and then Pittman's Legend Valiant Fighter, 274. The Dealer has been 266. Initiate the Boys, 312. I almost forgot how to read. JTS, 278. And then Beating of Ekbal, 262. And Books and Badges, 304. And finally, Untitled Mysteries has taken us to 1,008 so far. I did work on that one for 2 6-minute sessions, but they were in the same go instead of after circling back around. So basically I worked on that one for a 12-minute session versus a 6-minute session. And I don't think I took a huge break in between, but I don't remember. But things have gone relatively well this morning. Altogether, I've written 3,650. If things go well, I'm aiming for 8,300 today, again. But we'll see how things go. My next stop is Beatings from a Butcher again for the second round, but I do think I'm going to edit a Preptober video first, and then do Beatings from a Butcher again. And then I'll see you guys for an update some point after that. I have been uploading videos from my iPad onto Google Photos all morning so far, so the next time I see you will be the next time that my iPad is in the in-between zone of uploading videos. Hey guys, it is currently 10:18 in the morning on October 14th, and things have been both slow and okay this morning. I fell asleep like 4 times out in the living room. I'm still relatively exhausted. Over the weekend I was going to sleep between 10 and noon for an actual like rest sleep. Because I was just letting my brain decide when it was tired, because if I'm going to fall asleep anyway throughout the day, what's the point of cutting myself off at 9:30 and going to bed, right? But, again, it's 10:19 and I am tired, so I've decided to give you an update here and then go to bed. I have already cycled through all of my books at least once. The only thing that I haven't, when I came back around after I did Stuff and Things, which was Untitled Mysteries, I should have moved back to editing, but I had already done editing this morning. I started with editing. I already met the goal on editing, so I skipped it and moved to whatever comes after that. Killer in Training, I think. But I'm going to start at the bottom of the list here. It's not the order that I worked on these books in. It is just what is currently at the bottom of my app because it's the next book that I'll work on after I wake up. So Initiate the Boys. I wrote 192 words. JTS, 92. The Beating of Ekbal was 78. Things were incredibly slow there. Books and Badges was 300. Untitled Mysteries was 1,148. Beatings from a Butcher was 352. I think I skipped a book. I did. Untitled Killer in Training Book 2 was 218 words. Voice of the Wild Places Z was 154, and I broke 25,000 words there, which is great. That was one of my goals this month. Pittman's Legend Valiant Fighter, 366. And then finally The Dealer, which I just finished working on for the second time, was 462 words, and I broke 45,000 words, which is also great. So over here on the computer, before I shut everything down, well, I'm not shutting anything down. If anything shuts down, it's because Windows did it itself while I was asleep, because it's a dickhead. But I'm going to open Initiate the Boys so it can load, and we'll hope that it's still there when I wake up, but we'll see. Today, I am not counting the words that I have written this morning. I am... Oh, where are you? There you are. 13,774 words behind where I need to be today. So the goal today is to write 6,800 words. The actual halfway point of 13,774 is 6,887. So ideally I would be aiming for that, but also 6,800 is still a good number and still almost the halfway point. So if that's what I hit, great, and it's easier to remember because I don't want to necessarily round it up to 6.9. But if I go past that, great. But so far, I have written 3,362 words, which puts me at 10,412 words behind where I need to be today. I'm not going to write another 10,000 words today, regardless of how cool it would be to pretend that that would happen. But it just won't. Yesterday, writing that much murdered my knuckles, but I didn't push myself too far. I was just cold. And I'm very proud of everything I accomplished yesterday. And I'll be happy if I hit the 6.8 thing today. Incredibly happy, truthfully. But the game plan is to go to sleep, set my alarm for 2:30, hope that it goes off, and when I wake up, I'm going to take a shower and hope that that keeps me awake. Yesterday when I woke up at like 5 something, I was tired for the next 3 hours and I fell asleep roughly 5 times in the first hour that I was awake. I had more than enough sleep. I slept like 8 hours, which is too much for me, but still, I had more than enough sleep, and I was still exhausted. I'm just pretty much exhausted 24/7, except for when it approaches the time that I go to sleep. That's about the only time I'm awake. So the hope is that if I take a shower, as soon as I get up, I let the dogs out, and then I immediately take a shower. The hope is that the water, cold, hot, I don't care, it's going to be hot. Cold will damage my soul and body forever. But the hope is that it will wake me up long enough to sit here and accomplish something. If I have to take a nap at some point in the evening, fine. If I can get like 1,000 words in before that nap happens, great. Because I'm at 3,362 words, I need about 3,500 maybe, give or take. I can't do that math in my head. That's just an estimation based on numbers. I have to write about 3.5 thousand words, I think, after I wake up to hit the 6.8 goal, give or take. And since I almost hit the halfway point of the 6.8 goal now, theoretically, I should be able to write the other half after I wake up, presumably. And if things work out today, then I'll have even less words to write tomorrow, and soon we'll be back on track. Which would be great, because tomorrow is technically almost the halfway point. On a technical level, halfway through October 16th is the midpoint of this month, but it's easier to just say 15 or 16, depending on your mood. But either way, we're approaching the middle of the month, and if I can get back on track for that, great. I'm also going to be editing videos today. I have more videos to edit. I have book merch stuff to do. I finally got the pitchfork that's on the back of Man of Darkness onto Redbubble, so that's finally up. I uploaded all the stuff for that. Great. And then I have one more piece, I think. Yes. That can go up now, and then I still have to design more of it throughout the rest of the month and past that, presumably. But otherwise, the game plan for today is sleep, wake up at 2:30, that's the important one. I doubt it will happen, but we'll see. I also need to get water today over at my grandparents', shower, deal with dogs, probably deal with the cat, probably clean out the litter box, writing, video editing, Man of Darkness book merch, and then I have a couple more things that I need to do with Man of Darkness on the website. I need to link it to my books page, and I need to link it to my home page. Stuff that is planned today, things we will see how much of it we accomplish. And by we, I mean me, because tragically you can't do any of it for me. But I am going to go ahead and brush my teeth and go to sleep. Hopefully I fall asleep. I think I'm still going to take my gummy vitamin things, so that way if I'm not tired in half an hour, they kick in. And we'll go from there. But I'll see you guys with an update at some point after I wake up, whenever that may happen. My alarms between my iPad and my phone, they go off like 70% of the time, and out of that 70% of the time, I probably wake up to them 40% of the time. So we'll see what happens, and I will give you guys an update at some point after I wake up when I have an update to give you. Hey guys, it is currently 9:23 in the morning on October 15th, and I'm going to give you one update here before I deal with the dogs, brush my teeth, and go to sleep. Today, the overall words that I'm behind are, I don't know, 12,324. I'm aiming for half of that, which is 6,162. And it looks like I started with Voice of the Wild Places Z this morning. That was 344 words. And then Pittman's Legend Valiant Fighter was 340 words. The Dealer was 462. Initiate the Boys was 640. That one went pretty well. I don't remember what was going on in it. Oh, I remember. I got to write a scene with Jamal. JTS was 128. The Beating of Ekbal was 618. Things went relatively well there compared to usual. Books and Badges was 74. Untitled Mysteries was 542, which is for my Stuff and Things count. And then I edited a chapter of The Kidnapping of Eve Lincoln, and that was 1,849. And then I just finished working on a little bit for the Untitled Killer in Training Book 2, and that was 168. The only book I haven't worked on yet today is Beatings from a Butcher. That's going to wait until I wake up. But overall, I have written altogether 3,316 words today, which means that I am past the halfway point of the 6.1 thousand goal for the day, which is something because it means that if I wake up at 2:30, I should be able to hit the rest of the goal without too much trouble. But yesterday I didn't wake up until like 5 because of a certain dog who woke me up early, but we won't talk about that. But we'll just see what happens, I guess. If I wake up on time, great. Maybe I'll get done with the 6,000 goal, and if not, I'll do my best. That's all I've got for right now. I do have Beatings from a Butcher loaded up in preparation to be worked on when I wake up, after I go get water, because I woke up late. I didn't do that yesterday. After I deal with the dogs, presumably after I vacuum, I have stuff to do, but then after that I will get into writing with Beatings from a Butcher. Presumably the computer will be on when I wake up. I don't know if it still shuts itself off whenever it feels like it, because yesterday we casually lost power like an hour after I went to bed, so when I woke up the computer was off. So we'll see if we either lose power or if the computer just shuts itself off for shits and giggles. So I do have it up and loaded in the assumption that I'll just be able to sit down and work on it, but if not, I'll, you know, wait the half hour to turn it back on and get everything back up and all that fun jazz. But that's all I've got for right now. I'm going to deal with the dogs. One of them is outside now. Hopefully Big Butt will go outside one more time in hopes that she won't wake me up. And then I'm going to brush my teeth and go to bed. Hopefully. I'm not tired. That seems to happen most when I'm ready to go to sleep, so we'll see how things go, and I will give you guys an update at some point after I wake up. Alrighty, it is 11:01 p.m. and I'm definitely not hitting the goal today. I'm not hitting the 6,000 something goal, and I'm not even going to hit the 5.5 thousand goal. I woke up late, go figure, and I've just been cold and sore all day. Kinda can't help it. But I'm currently working on the dealer, and that's what I'm going to continue working on until midnight. So I'll give you an update around, like, let's say 11:58, 59, give or take. But I'm going to work on the dealer, whether it's slow or not. The dealer is the one that I figure I'll be able to finish most definitely before the end of the month. So that's the one I'm going to work on for now. And I'll see you guys for one more update shortly before midnight, but I'm not meeting either goal today, and that's fine. Kind of just the way it goes sometimes. So maybe we'll luck out and we'll get a warm day this month and things will go smoother that day. But for now, I'm just going to do my best and get some writing done after I move everything out to the living room.